Okay, here we go. It's 11 o'clock on a Friday. Welcome to the vidIQ Friday feeling. Let me know how you're doing, folks. Say hello and make sure that we have a sound check here and that you can actually hear me. Yes, here we go. I think it's the fourth Friday feeling, and already I can see that Kitchen Confidence and Cookie Man Boy are telling me that it's live and everything is going well. So hello to you, everybody out there. What we're going to do in this live stream, as usual, is just chit-chat. This is a casual hangout for any of you subscribers and non-subscribers. Hello to you too, who are interested in vidIQ and what we do here. If you're not familiar with what vidIQ is, let me do a quick sales pitch. We do tools to help YouTubers grow their channels, free ones, and we have pricing plans as well for more advanced tools. Things like the stats bar that tells you how close you are to monetizing your content, and tag templates to add tags quickly to your videos. All sorts of fantastic stuff. If you want to know more, there's links in the description, so check it out here. But yeah, this is a hangout for everybody who wants to enjoy a casual, how do I put this, drift, float, stroll into the weekend. Now, of course, whenever I do the Friday feeling, it is Friday here in Vancouver at 11 o'clock PST, but for you it might be completely different. So as way of a hello to everybody, I want to know where you're joining me from in the live stream today and what time it is right now, and I always try and find out which is the most remote location or the furthest away. I think last week, and I think every week we do have somebody from Korea, presumably South Korea. That's Extra Sessions Media. But yeah, I want to know where all of you are from. And as I'm saying that to Extra Sessions Media, big shout out to him and Simulation with Daniel, who are the two moderators I can see on the live stream right now. Make sure everybody gives them a big thank you and a thumbs up for being here, helping manage the comments that are here. They do it out of their own free will and voluntarily, and it's very much appreciated. So we're getting some people in here. We have Chazinator from the UK, it's 7 o'clock there. The Doberman Guy, Portugal, at 7 o'clock there as well. I always forget that Portugal and the UK share the same time zone, but everywhere else in Europe is an hour ahead. Juan Diaz from Las Vegas, 11 there as well. We were in I say we, my girlfriend and I were in Las Vegas at Christmas, where it does get a little bit chilly there. Hello to you, Extremely Magma. BC Truck Rebuild and Repair, Sibley, Louisiana. I'll try and tell you about the car update later on. He was giving me some helping hand trying to fix my car seat that wouldn't work last week. I have an update on that. Christopher Duxbury from Calgary again. Hello to you under 3 feet of snow. I've been seeing it on the news that there's terrible snowstorms all across Canada, except for here in Vancouver, which has been mild and dry for once, which is brilliant for us. JJR Survival, 7 p.m. over there in Buckinghamshire in the UK. Obviously, no fishing right now, I would assume. How to Fix It Mystery. Hello to you in India. What time is it? What time is it there? TristanGriffins.com. It's in Coventry in the UK, 7 p.m. Extremely Magma, now telling us he's from the United Arab Emirates. 11 p.m. there, so good work from you there, staying up until this late. And ProTim Aquatics, it's 11:30 at midnight, so it's Saturday for you already in India there. RH Saurov Show, hello there, it's from Bangladesh. Hello to you there. We're going further and further east. Can we get anyone further east than Bangladesh? We'll have to see. But yeah, Quebec, 8 p.m. in Poland for you, and Henrik's House, hello to you there in Texas. And Brain Spanking News, one of the more entertaining usernames to shout out there, from Minnesota. It's 1 p.m. there. What did you think to the Super Bowl? Philadelphia Eagles winning there. Was it a little bit of a surprise with their backup quarterback? I watched parts of it and I did enjoy it. Now, as we go through this live stream, I want you to try and help me do something here. These live streams usually go on for about an hour, and I do a lot of talking, and I get very thirsty and parched. But for some reason, I always feel as if I've got to fill all the air with sound. But no, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make sure that I take drinks on a regular basis to keep me hydrated with my invisible cup. Yes, this is yellow, but for some reason the green screen decides that this is a invisible goblet. So trust me, there is water in this. But I want to make sure that you tell me to take drinks every 5 to 10 minutes. One more thing I would love you to do before we carry on with the live stream is to make sure that you share this live stream with anybody who may be interested in casually hanging out here on the vidIQ Friday Feelings Hangout. I always forget to do that at the start of the video, but we're 5 minutes in and I've remembered that I want to remind people that yes, this is a live stream. Everybody's welcome, wherever you're from, to chat about YouTube, and I would love it if you would share this so that we build a bigger community. We've already got loads of people in here who are visiting on a regular basis, like Extra Sessions Media, Doberman Guy, Christopher, who else? Brain Spanking News, Cookie Man Boy, the BC Trucks person, and JJR Fisherman. These are all regular usernames. Amanda Allotments, Kitchen Confidence. These are all regular users who are regular visitors to the live stream, and I think that's brilliant. And hopefully I want to get us more involved. Maybe in the future I'll try and get some of you into the live stream to actually talk on the live stream. That's something I'm working on in the background. Hopefully exciting stuff there, but it always requires a bit of technical setup. But yeah, the community is growing. I think that's absolutely brilliant, and thank you very much to Amanda Allotments, who just told me that she shared this link, so I do appreciate it. And of course, Amanda's Allotment was one of the featured channels in the channel reviews on Tuesday when we were looking at different aspects of YouTube channels to try and help them grow and improve with changes to thumbnails, metadata and whatnot. So if you're not aware of the other live stream that I currently do here on vidIQ, Tuesdays, 11 AM, we do channel reviews, and that's proving to be very popular. Okay, next thing we want to do is talk about your weekends. It's a Friday feeling. Some of you will be entering a period of rest. Some of you will be starting your weekends. I posted on Twitter today who is working this weekend, and somebody said that they were just starting their working week today, and it was like Weekend Warriors hashtag. I like that. So I want to know what you're doing this weekend. Are you working on YouTube videos? Are you relaxing? What do you plan on doing? As for me, I am taking a little road trip to Chilliwack, if anybody's heard of that in BC, to go and play about with my drone. It looks as if it's going to be clear on Saturday, and I want to try and get some good aerial pictures of some lakes, because BC can be beautiful at all times of year, but especially when there's a bit of snow on the ground and you have what's called a bluebird day, where the sky is like a sapphire blue and it's spectacular. That's what I'm hoping to do this weekend. But I want to know what you're planning to do. Brain Spanking News asks, what is a weekend? It sounds like you're very busy doing stuff all the time. Luke Outdoors is going to be doing some window cleaning. I hope the weekend's weather is good for you. Tristan Griffin from the UK is working hard for clients this weekend, YouTube content and mentoring community on Facebook. 2 12-hour shifts in a private hospital for Rave Dyer 84. Wow, that's a lot of work that you've got going on there. Wow, 24 hours over the weekend. I don't envy you, but props to you for working in a hospital and helping those who are in need with whatever ailments they have. JJR Survival is fixing a shed up for Luke Outdoors, so we have a father and son combo in the live stream today. So that's good stuff there. Juan Diaz, have fun with your drone. Yep, thank you very much. He's off work this weekend, working on some YouTube videos. That's one of the things that's interesting from a perspective of somebody who's now working full-time on YouTube. I slave away all week, Monday to Friday, doing live streams. Well, not slave away, because I love this job and it's something I'm truly passionate about, but working very hard on the videos during the week. But then at the weekend, I have a bit of rest and relaxation, whereas it was complete opposite when I wasn't doing this full time, that I was trying to cram in all this work in the evenings and the weekends. Imagine, who I did a channel review on his channel on Tuesday, you've just finished exams, so you're going to be working on a lot of videos. I remember looking at your channel and thinking that you had a lot of different strands. Have you decided if you're going to drill down into one particular topic yet? Be interesting to know that. Extra Sessions Media has paperwork. Heavy weekend. Moving overseas is time consuming. I know all about that. When I moved to Canada from the UK, took a long time, a lot of documents to fill, going down to embassies to hand in visas. Good luck with that. And also then, applying for PR in Canada. There was a lot of paperwork to do there. So a lot of you have a lot of things going on this weekend, and whatever you're doing, whether it's work, I hope that you have productive work days and they don't irritate you too much. But if you're getting video work done, I hope that you produce some fantastic content for your audience, spreading whatever message of value you are looking to spread. Good luck with that. And naturally, as we move on from the weekend stories, I want to know what your success stories have been this week in the YouTube world. I think we had some people last week who were talking about big breakthroughs with videos, like they've got 150,000 views in one video. And just to interrupt you, JJR here says, have a drink. I have a drink in my hand. I was ready to drink it. Thank you very much. So yeah, I want to hear about your success stories. Who's had a breakthrough, like whether they've had a big surge in subscribers, or they've finished a video that they're really proud of, or they've bought a new piece of equipment. What are the good things you've been doing on your channels? Luke Outdoors says he's been doing a giveaway. What have you been giving away? Kitchen Confidence jumped in and did a live stream, learned about what to do and better for next time. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you. When you do a live stream, try not to think about it too much because it's off the cuff, it's ad-lib. Maybe you have a couple of notes, like I have a couple of notes here to remind me of the bullet points of this live stream. But yeah, just do it. Things will go wrong. Don't worry about it. You can learn, repeat, rinse, and all of the other cliches about making sure that you don't think about doing something. You just jump in there, face the fear, do it anyway, see what happens. What's the worst that can go wrong? So far, nothing too bad has gone wrong on these live streams, and I feel as if every time I'm improving a little bit. So there we are. JZ Kitty Gaming, you finally reached 600 subscribers. Congratulations to you. Penguin Potential, I like that username. Very random spike, largest since beginning of channel. It went back down since then. Okay, so if you've had a spike in views potentially, you want to be going to your traffic sources. Try and find out where those views came from. Usually when it's a spike, it's a largest channel where your video has appeared on the suggested column and it's enjoyed a bit of a minor bump, or it's somebody externally linking your video. And when it's an external link, you'll find that your comments don't rise that much, or the engagement, because they're watching the video natively on an external website, so they're not in the true YouTube ecosystem. So yeah, check those two things and see if you can find out what's caused that boost in videos. But that's brilliant stuff. Brain Spanking News is telling me to take a drink now. I'm not going to have much left if I carry on doing that. It is just water, by the way. There's nothing alcoholic in there. Fanatics4, hello to you. I did a channel review on your channel on Tuesday, and it's fantastic with plenty of potential. You had a better week overall. Last week, a lot of videos underperformed. This week, it's looking a lot better. We are on a good pace on the road to hit 10,000 subscribers. And to be honest, I predict that by the end of the year, I've made this prediction before, I think you're going to have at least 50,000 subscribers, because that channel has the potential to blow up. It just needs another video like you had before, which had a breakthrough. But the virility of it would potentially be even more. But it's good to know that you're not plateauing and you're still slowly building. What else do we have here? Okay, Penguin Potential is telling me that all the views came from mobile, and I recently started using the community tab. I've got a question about the community tab, actually, which is coming on later. How to fix it mystery. My channel has 2,000 views. Congratulations to you. Kitchen Confidence. I hit my monthly sub goal of 70. I want my bronze play button. If only there was one. So are you saying that you've managed to hit your sub goal of 70 on the 9th of February, like a third of it way into the month? That would be fantastic news if it is. You've hit it a third of the way into the month, so that would be brilliant if that's how you're describing your success. Amanda's allotment, I gained 345 subs in 28 days. Glad to hear it. Is that more than usual, less than usual? Love to hear that. I just found out that I got really good grades. I'm really happy. Congratulations to you, Imagine. I always want to say this, and I say this really jokingly. Stay in school, chump. Don't worry about YouTube. It will be here in 10 years' time. And if you need to concentrate on things outside of YouTube, definitely do that. What else have we got here? Is Rob live yet? Free Your Mind Arts. Yes, I am live. I'm certainly here. We've been going live for 15 minutes. Where have you been? Imagine is creeping up to 200 subscribers as well. That's a goal for the month of February. We hope you get there. You've got another 18 days, not 18. It's a short month of February. You've got another 19 days to get there. Brain spanking news. Hoping my 5-part series takes off. 2 are out and the 3rd comes out on Sunday. We do as well. Juan Diaz hit 150 subs, so I think I think that's pretty dope. Yep. It doesn't matter where you are in your YouTube journey. The goals that you're aiming towards are the ones that are important to you, and you should always feel a sense of achievement, whether or not you're getting monetized. As people think that's a big goal now. You should be concentrating on the small, manageable goals, and that's something I'll actually be talking about in a huge video that's coming out on Monday. I did a video on how to get 1,000 subscribers, I think 2 weeks ago. Well, the other side of that conundrum, how to get 4,000 hours of watch time, that's coming out on Monday. So I do hope that you tune in for that one. There we are. Way more. Oh, so Amanda's allotment. Listen to this. I think she said she had 345 subscribers. Now that's up 629%. So that must mean you get on average about 60 or 70 subscribers a month. So brilliant news. Fantastic to you. And look, you're all well conditioned here. Pro Team Aquatics telling me to drink some water. Obviously, aquatically, I will do that. Hello to Dustin Vang. One of our moderators has joined. He couldn't be here on Tuesday, and I asked him to write 100 lines of vidIQ, more views, less time, as way of a punishment. He couldn't copy and paste that. I'm still waiting for him to take a picture of that. But it's fantastic that you are able to join us in this live stream. All right, so lots of success stories going on here. Anna's Adventure Toys reviews needs 175 hours more, I presume, to hit the 4,000 hours of watch time. You should do that within the next 20 days, I would have thought. No, sorry. It's February the 10th, isn't it, the cut-off? Sorry. February the 20th of the cut-off date for the partner program. So I think you're going to get there. And congratulations to you when you do make it. Come back next live stream on Friday and let us know how you're getting on there with your progress. 175 hours this week. I think you'll have made it by next week. BC Truck Repair and Rebuild has got to go. He's got a customer in the shop. So I hope you get a sale out of him. Goodbye, and thanks for joining the live stream. I guess you were what? Were you just sat there with your seat up on the table, just waiting for somebody to come in with a live stream on, as I'm doing now? Maybe you were. Okay, what are we moving on to next? We've had success stories. Now we're going to talk a little bit of vidIQ Shop, or not necessarily vidIQ Shop, but things I've been posting as polls this week. And I want to get your opinions on some of these, not news stories, but things of interest that have been coming up. I've just got to get up the right browser here. So if I've got my technical aspects of this live stream right, we're going to have something appear in the background, and then I'm going to disappear. So one of the polls I did this week was about video creating, editing in terms of equipment. And the question I asked is, what video creating thing do you plan to upgrade next? Because as YouTubers, there's always something that we want to improve in our content. We should always be learning, always trying something new, and that's often the case with equipment. For example, this week I've been messing around with my camera settings to try and give myself a bit more colour on the green screen, and it's been going relatively well, and I think hopefully there'll be some small improvements in future videos. But I tried to break this down into 4 different areas: camera or lens, audio, microphone improvements, studio lighting or environment, or the equipment that you use to put your videos together, whether it be a PC or a Mac, or specific editing equipment like Adobe Premiere, Camtasia, iMovies, Final Cut Pro, whatever it is you use. So What I want to know from you guys, maybe just quickly put which 4 of these you're wanting to improve next, and then what equipment and why. And I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can through all these comments because I know they're going to come one after another, so we'll start right now. Dustin Vang is on the edge of getting a 4K Canon camera. Me personally, I use a Panasonic, looking at the camera now, Panasonic Lumix G7, just because it's a slightly smaller DSLR, but I don't use any fancy lenses with it. I just use a kit lens because it has good autofocus. Brand spanking news, sound, mic, etc. and just started incorporating effects and lower thirds. Okay, so what microphone are you looking to get next? Brain spanking news. I'd like to hear that. Working on PC, editing PC build guide. Statistics are interesting for this video. New audio from Kitchen Confidence so I can work in my kitchen easier. Okay, I'm going to show you something interesting here, Kitchen Confidence. This might help you, it might not. All right, I don't think I can... I'm going to have to post my camera up here, but you can see the green screen here and all the mess that it causes, but can you see this thing here? I'm pointing to it. This is a Rode Micro microphone, and I've taped it to the wall and then up to the camera, and it's fantastic. It's a small microphone that I can put out of shot easily, and because it has no weight to it, it doesn't require a boom arm or anything complicated. I've literally stuck it to the ceiling with some very basic sticky tape, and it costs about $70, $80. So yeah, when I'm in front of a green screen and I'm talking on camera, just out of shot is always going to be that little dangly microphone there. In fact, I'll just take it off its mount. And this is it. This is a tiny microphone, $60, $70, and it gives very good audio quality to the camera. Obviously, you could go and get shotgun microphones that cost $300, $400, but as a starting point, this is brilliant. It doesn't have any shock absorption, so if you knock it, it's going to make some noise. But as something to use discreetly, it's supposed to be used outdoors, but I needed a way to hang a microphone. I've also got this Rode microphone, but it's just a bit too big and it kept falling down and it was difficult to put anywhere, but this is light and very easy to hang up. So I know I've gone off topic a little bit there, Kitchen Confidence, or yeah, it's Kitchen Confidence, but I recommend one of these as a starting point. I'm just going to put it back up now. Okay, let me know what other pieces of equipment you are thinking of buying next and why. MMPC or MMP Cody, looking for better editing software besides iMovie, and I don't want to pay a high price. So you might want to be looking at, you're on a Mac, and I'm not sure what video editor on a Mac. Is Vegas on the Mac? That's or Cyber Director. I can't remember the specific names, but they're like the next tiers up, maybe like $50 to $100. So not quite as expensive as Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere. Loot Suits, we use a Canon T4i for our live action videos. We also use a Rode NTG2, NTG4, so those are the more expensive shotgun microphones. Brick Move, I need a better tripod and slider. Okay, I got a slider, and because I had such a limited amount of space, I just gave up on using sliders. I do have this. Sorry, I'm going to have to go off screen for a second and rummage around, but this is an interesting little tool I have. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm back. I have one of these electronic motors. It's not a slider, but it does allow you to rotate a camera on it. I'm not sure if there's any batteries in it, but we'll find out now. Let's see if this works. This is not good live streaming. And I'm not sure if it's working. But yeah, what this should do is it can slowly tilt our camera around, so go up and down on the axis and stuff. And this is about $120, I think. So it's a bit less expensive than maybe an electric slider. I just can't remember what it's called, unfortunately. But it was on B&H Photo. So if you want to check one of these out, maybe that's something that you could give as a try. But sliders, yeah, I never got on with them. It took too long to set up and too much effort. And obviously I don't need a slider as much when I'm doing videos to camera pieces. What I do is cheat a little bit, and I will pull the camera shot in, and then I will just animate the screen moving from left to right. So I do lose some quality and sharpness in the image, but it makes it so much easier to do the quick edit. So yeah, that's another little small tip that I use. But of course, other people will have much better ways of filming and editing. Fanatics4 says, do you have any tips for building a set? How much do you think a decent vlogging style set would run me? So my tips would be is, if you have a spare bedroom, make sure you move the bedroom out of the spare room, because it's an absolute nightmare with it. I had to struggle with a bed in my studio for about a year. Green screens are relatively inexpensive, but then you've got to learn how to use them. I've been using green screens now for about a year, but it takes a long time to learn how to get it to any way, shape or form. I mean, it's looking pretty good here on the live stream, but I still struggle with the video editors. You'll need a lot of lights, especially if you're using to make it look clean. And there's all sorts of different lighting you can buy. So you're going to have to buy a lot of stands to get these lights to work. And then you're also going to have to work around with like mobile lights. I've bought so many of these portable LED lights just to try and help me. This is kind of like a lightsaber, actually. I've done this joke before. Bzzz. But you can do it in a relatively small space. I have about 150 square feet to work with, and it's taken a long time and a lot of effort to get to somewhere where I'm relatively satisfied. Cost-wise, it's probably maybe around about $200 or $300. But I've been buying equipment over a long period of time, so I couldn't really give you a specific answer. But once you have everything set up and you remember the dozens of variables involved in a set, like the lighting and the audio, then it can really up your video quality. So give it a try, but maybe don't have expectations of it working first time. Do a lot of practice pieces before you actually start recording, because you'll find that something that usually takes 5 minutes to record when you're doing narration takes an hour to do when you're trying to learn how to record on a studio set. Well, I say studio set, whatever studio set that you want to set up. Any other questions then about equipment? What equipment might you be wanting to use next? Treble Knight. I want to upgrade my PC. It's a bit old and video playback is really laggy with more than 4 tracks. Yeah, I can appreciate that. The question is, are you going to get a PC or a laptop? Because I'm thinking of upgrading my computer maybe in the next year, and I don't know whether to have a dedicated desktop to do my video editing or a laptop, which I just really love having to take around the house and go to conferences and stuff. Doberman guy, I'm teaching one of my dogs to use OBS by himself so I can have a break, but he keeps pressing all the keys at the same time, so no live stream in the near future. That's a very intelligent dog who can use OBS. And if you do a video on that, that will probably go viral. So there's a tip for you there, Doberman. Just a quick comment here again from Fanatics4. I've been using a green screen. I prefer something along the lines of Philip DeFranco's set. Right now I have a ring light. I want to get fill light as well in addition to a practical set. I've been thinking about getting a ring light as well. I just haven't really committed to that yet. And yeah, I mean, static sets are probably much more manageable than what I have, but I think I've gone for a green screen because I like to pop graphics, like appearing everywhere when I'm doing video pieces. Adds a lot of time to the editing process, but I think it gives the vidIQ content something a little unique. Again, that's all down to subjective opinion there. And my opinions may change in the future when I have more room to play with. Christopher is saying, I'm also thinking it might be time for a few softbox lights. Yep, I would love to have softbox lights in my studio, but I just don't have time. So I have to put up with these lights, these CFL lights. So it doesn't diffuse the light that well, but I'm sure every video creator understands that they have their own unique problems when they're trying to record video, and now you're getting a bit of an insight into what it's like here at vidIQ. Yeah, Dustin Vang here saying that the ring light can be too intense, and that's one of the things I worry about, especially with a green screen. There are some dimmable ring lights that you can get. If people are not sure what they are, it's like just a big circular ring light that was used by photographers, certainly in beauty shoots, but now a lot of YouTubers have requisitioned them to use, and it does give you that interesting ring effect in your eyes if you're really close to the camera. Kind of cool. But every different light has its own positives and negatives. I'm going to have a drink, but nobody's reminded me. Dustin Vang's telling us that softbox lights are the way to go on a budget. I picked up mine with a set for $60. Yeah. Christopher does have a dimmable ring light, but in all honesty, you get used to the intensity of the lights really quickly. Then just becomes a case of how you set the exposure on your camera. Pick some weight. I've used a light that mounts on the camera similar to a ring light. The issue is it can be blinding, so I've settled on softbox lights. I think what you're talking about is something I have. A relatively small LED light that I put on the top of my camera. And then, yeah, as you see, it can get a bit blinding, so I have to get the intensity about right. These are $40 to $50 and portable. Those are the things I love when you don't need wires. So that's another little light that you can use. All sorts of lights there, and it seems as if many people, when looking to improve their YouTube videos, are concentrating on studio and lighting and environment. Okay, lots of fantastic input there. Let's move on to the next question, which I have for some of you, which was, it came up as an interesting feature that YouTube have introduced, which is the community tab, and I'm sure you've seen plenty of community tab posts from vidIQ over the last couple of months. But then I checked my mobile subscription feed, and I'm just checking it now as I'm talking to you, and it disappeared. I couldn't see the community posts in the subscription feed for vidIQ, and I was wondering where it was. And I'm just checking again now, and it looks as if they've come back. So they disappeared for maybe 24 hours on my subscription feed, and here they are again. I know Christoph mentioned that the community tab had disappeared for him, and then I posted a comment asking, could you still see community posts, or were you looking at the community posts in another location? I was wondering if YouTube have decided that community posts were irritating viewers too much, and that they were going to get rid of it. But it looks as if it's back there, and I've just noticed a mistake here. So let me just change that. Look at this. You're seeing changes to the live stream as we're going on. I'd set it up for some different live streaming, and that was wrong. So we're going back to Rob Wilson. There we are. Christoph, you did just ask a question, by the way, and I saw it. So I need to bring it back up. This LED light here, I think it's a newer LED light, and yeah, it has a couple of options on the back for dimmable. I think that shows you how much battery is left in there. But yeah, I have two of these, and they're really quite effective. They do shine out. They do give you a lot of light in a short, small area of about 4 to 6 feet, I think. Leafy is telling me that you like the community tab for Rich Brian. I'm not sure what you mean there. Brickmove is confirming that that light is from Newer. Yeah, I did think it was. Also, another thing that you'll want to consider when you buy lights such as this is make sure that you have a ball mount on the end so you can change the angle of the light, or then it just gets absolutely impossible to shine the light exactly where you need to shine it. I must admit, people are asking me which light it is now. I can't remember which light it is, but I do remember that it was a relatively small one, a relatively cheap one at about $50 to $60. And yeah, Flyride is telling me that Think Media, Sean Cannell's done a review on lights. There's dozens of them on Amazon, so just check out which one that maybe suits your budget and your needs. But you want to be looking for something, a couple of things you want to be looking for. This is why we're doing a live stream casual chat, because we keep going off topic to other things. Make sure you get one that has a dimmable setting, so you can set the intensity just what you want to. One that has as many LEDs as possible, despite the size of it. And also maybe something that has filters in, so you can change the color temperature a little bit if you want to. Simulation with Daniel is telling us that you really want the community tab. You're halfway there. Just bear in mind with all things YouTube, when you meet the requirements, it might not immediately appear for you. There's always a bit of waiting time. So yeah, just be aware of that when you reach your target. Thank you, MMP Cody. I need a drink. I have very little left here, I must admit, though. Okay, what else have we got in the community tab here? I think I had one more thing that I wanted to show you that caused quite a bit of controversy, actually, in a video I made this week. And the question was, do you think monetization on your channel influences search and discovery of your content? 62% said yes, 17% said no, and then another 21% weren't sure. Now, this is a question that needs to be clearly defined. Monetization. This is where you don't meet requirements to monetize your content. You're under 1,000 subs, you're under 4,000 hours of watch time. You don't have that toggle to actually monetize your content. Whereas I think a lot of people have been interpreting this question as, if you have monetized content that's then demonetized, like you're hitting the yellow icon, not suitable for advertisers, does it then become less searchable and less discoverable? This is a rumor that's gone on for years now in YouTube, and the expectation is that YouTube is a business. It wants to sell adverts, it wants to make money. Therefore, videos with advertisements on will get a greater reach, greater transparency. They'll be more discoverable. It'll be shared more in suggested videos and on browser homepages and so on. That's what many people think. Now, YouTube tell us, and they stress this in their own guide. If I can find the right place. Yeah, just got it on screen now. YouTube say, right here, does monetization status affect search results? Monetization status is not used to inform how videos display on YouTube. If your channel is no longer in the partner program after February, it does not mean that your videos will be limited in search and discovery. So this is what YouTube say, and that's what I posted in a very short video, a 60-second video, just to try and give you clarity. And some people still completely disagree with this, and they're determined to inform everyone that they think that if your video is not monetized, then it's not going to have as much search and discovery. And I've kind of decided I'm not going to argue one way or the other, because there's some very polarizing and strong opinions on this. But if you have an opinion, I'd love to hear what you think. Like, I see Fly Media already telling us, You were getting way more views in the past with no monetization, and my new stuff is all monetized and I'm getting way less views. And I think it's all in the content and the format. Okay, now I think that's a very informed and logical approach to the monetization issue. I think many people think that if they do the same thing over and over again, things are going to change. And when it doesn't, they look for things to blame, such as whether the content's monetized or not. Lee Nefi, the content and format will always be the one of the most influential things anyway. So don't worry too much if you're doing the right things. Welsh Gaming says that YouTube has to say that to save their own beep. That's entirely your opinion, of course. The brain spanking news, the long-term goals for YouTube are greater than their short-term goals. They don't want to stifle potential for finding excellent videos. So that was kind of my opinion, that YouTube wants to find great content. Like, it may not be monetized yet because the channel's too small, but in the future, once they meet these requirements, they want to get them to that point where they can share their content monetized. And yeah, that's a good point too. And let me also say that none of the content here at vidIQ, as long as I turn off a monetization toggle, because I sometimes forget for maybe an hour, none of the content here at vidIQ is monetized. So we're not benefiting from ads or income. And despite all that, in the last month, our watch time has increased 90% because we've been covering this hot topic of monetization. So would it have gained even more views if we had monetization on? We'll never be able to answer that question, but it feels like we as a channel are doing the right things for our audience, and that audience is enjoying the content, watching it more and sharing it. And that's we can only really give our own personal opinions on and our own stories and experiences, but that's where I come in as diplomatic and neutral position as possible. Loot Suits, I think there is a lot of confusion because when a video is demonetized, it seems to take a hit in the algorithm, which makes sense if it's being deemed not appropriate for all. And yes, that is an entirely different topic of conversation. If YouTube has identified a video being inappropriate, then that could affect search and discoverability, because maybe they don't want an audience to watch content irrespective of whether adverts appear on it. So again, a good and informed opinion there. Gizzard, Gary, I have a fairly new channel. After having 20 videos with a max of around 100 views, I did 2 videos that hit 5,500 views and 3,500 views respectively. It is all in the content. Now, I'm not trying to pick out the comments that support my view. I'm just reading them as they come up. JJR Survival, my most recent popular video had the yellow icon at first but still did very well and was then eventually monetized, so probably doesn't make a difference. And you often see this point of view where it's probably, or it's fair to say, or it stands to reason. So we're all giving each other opinions rather than hard facts. There are a couple of videos with some interesting factual-based information, certainly one done by Nerd City that included codes that were put on YouTube videos that YouTube quickly made sure they didn't appear in the source code. That was an interesting one when looking at monetized content that was then demonetized. So if you have a chance to watch that, I do recommend it. And I recommend Nerd City as a channel. Some sensational stuff on there, really entertaining. And the amount of work you must put into each video is incredible. Welsh Gaming, okay. I think a lot of people just want everything for nothing and want all the videos to be viral, don't we all? We just need to make sure the video has good tags and good video content. Absolutely. I think, as I say, I always think that YouTubers who are not progressing as they expect to try to find excuses or things to put blame on rather than doing some self-observation and really being critical about their own work. Like, I do this all the time on vidIQ. There's always things I want to change and improve, and I'm not looking to hold YouTube responsible for it. They give us a platform, and it's how we use it and how we adapt to any changes there might be. Christopher is saying, agreed, I post a lot of LGBT content, which is hit hard by the algorithm. Whether or not I monetize, I have to push equally hard to get any traction. It's all on us. YouTube wants to grow. And again, that's another topic of conversation, whether YouTube is unfairly, or YouTube's machine learning is unfairly suppressing videos which have content that could potentially be controversial, I guess in the wrong hands type of thing, but like almost always isn't. Like 95% of the videos will be appropriate, but it's that 5% that's causing YouTube all sorts of headaches and issues, which then affects the 100% of video creators. Logan Paul, for example, and if I've got time and if I can be bothered, we're going to move on to him very shortly. Fanatics Force, about 75% of my videos get immediately demonetized and then remonetized later. It doesn't seem to have a major effect. A lot of the videos, like my most popular video, were initially demonetized. And so, again, another strand of this story where it doesn't matter what the content of the video is. Some channels seem to be pegged with this automatic demonetization symbol that then quickly disappears. It's almost like YouTube's flagged channels for demonetization, but it's almost like a fake demonetization. It doesn't really have any effect, and it's quickly I almost feel as if it's quickly removed automatically when people request a manual review. It seems to be that quick. But again, this is all rumor, hearsay, and we're never going to fully know the truth behind that. And we'll take one more from Varay. I've uploaded 3 videos so far on YouTube, and I'm reaching 20 to 40 views and sharing my videos around on Discord, and I have 21 subs right now, and mostly receive positive feedback, but I'm not gaining too many subs. You want to watch our video that we did about 2 weeks ago on how to get 1,000 subscribers. There's something there for every single YouTuber, include tips on how to ask your audience directly for subscriptions, links that you can use to promote people to sub, like animations like I've got right here, where's my finger, pointing to the subscribe, like all these subconscious tactics that you can use to encourage people to subscribe without making it too much in the face, like sub for sub, which is happening a lot now. I'm getting hundreds more comments on sub for sub and subscribe to my channel on vidIQ, but it still doesn't really work. Okay, brilliant feedback from all of you on the YouTube stuff that we've been talking about this week, and I'd really appreciate all the feedback you have. And every time I come into these live streams, I think maybe this one's only going to be half an hour. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about, and every time you guys and girls just come in and provide lots of fantastic opinions and information that just stretches this live stream out into a good community conversation. Time for some news stories. And unfortunately, yeah, we're going to talk about Logan Paul a little bit, if we can do cleanly. And he's been in the news again because after the events on, I think it was New Year's Day, with the suicide forest and this video that came out 2 or 3 weeks later, which was kind of him like in a redemption video, really shining light on what is a subject that's very important and sensitive, and it needs to be brought out more into the open, which is fantastic. But then it seems like a week later he's up to some old antics, and YouTube have been very swift with their response this time. For example, he was making a joke about Tide Pod challenge, so like washing detergent, and on Twitter he was tasering a dead rat. Sorry, not on Twitter. That was the Tide Pod thing was on Twitter, but then on one of his recent vlogs he was tasering a dead rat. And yeah, that's gonna annoy advertisers presumably, and YouTube have been very swift this time and removed him temporarily from ads. So, do you think he's gonna be on YouTube for much longer with the way he's behaving? Look, loads of people telling me to drink water. I've run out almost. That was my final gulp of water. But the damaging behavior just continues, and it feels like there's almost an inevitable end to this, one way or the other. So, yeah, people think is a joke, and I mean, are there any positive comments about Logan Paul at this point? If there are, I will read them out. But all the negative ones you can read right here if you can. And I do apologize moderators, if now you're having to moderate loads of comments. And I think this is probably going to be the last time I talk about this, but in the one sense, sometimes bad publicity is good publicity, because this Logan Paul stuff is making national news, so people are learning more about YouTube. And all right, he gets lots of subscribers, but it is bringing people maybe to an awareness of the YouTube platform, but then it has such a massive negative impact on all of the video creators that these video creators are eventually going to get so fed up they may move to a different platform if there is one that can compete against Logan Paul. So yeah, that was just the one last thing that hopefully we have to listen to from Logan Paul. Maybe the next news story next week will be that his channel has been deleted. JJR Survival says it may all make him more popular. I suppose for some people any publicity is good publicity, and I think for somebody controversial like Logan Paul that could be true. And how much money does he make off AdSense? Because it sounds like he makes a lot of money off his merchandising. That Dad says what they said about coming down on creators that damage the entire community as a whole. I wouldn't be surprised to make a stand right away. Yeah, I mean, maybe YouTube are going to need to make an example out of a big YouTuber, and Logan Paul is setting himself to be that. Chazanator says no, he should be taken off after the Suicide Forest video. That was awful, and people go there for their own reasons. So yeah, was a follow-up video any form of redemption for that? And we'll leave the story with perhaps the most sane comment of all. Anna's Adventures Toy Reviews. I have never watched him. Make sure you never do if you don't like controversial stuff. On a more positive note, who watched the launch of the SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket earlier this weekend? Well, if you did, you joined 2.5 million other live streamers who watched the coverage, and wasn't it astonishing? And I was just thinking back, if I was in that live stream, I would have been posting super chats to advertise vidIQ, and maybe there was a missed opportunity there, depending on how many super chats were going on. But 2.5 million is incredible. And I think the most astonishing thing for me was when the booster rocket separated from the main craft, and they landed perfectly in a synchronized fashion on platforms back presumably at Cape Canaveral, and it was like, just wow. I know the SpaceX have already done this, but to watch it as it was going out live was just incredible. And now we have this Tesla riding through space. Very nice PR move from Elon Musk, even though I think Tesla have just announced more losses on electric cars. That is a car I want to try and get in the future. But yeah, I mean, MMP Cody, the rocket launch was awesome. What else we have? I wish I knew there was a stream. I would have definitely watched it. Tom Tech. Yeah, Rob, I would like okay, somebody wants to be a moderator. We'll have a look at it afterwards. Tesla in space is such an arrogant, wasteful stunt, but everybody knows about it. Whether your opinion, like good, bad publicity, we all know that there's a car flying through space now. So yeah, I mean, I caught maybe about half an hour of it, but it was just incredible. And this is like, we're watching the future right there, hopefully, whether we reach Mars, and it probably pales into insignificance compared to the moon landings, but with no big major space projects going on right now, this is the closest we're going to get, and we get to watch it live on whatever platform we want. And I just thought that was a good positive story in the face of the negative one that was put forward with Logan Paul. We have one person who's tasering dead rats, and on the other hand, we have people who are launching rockets into space privately for the first time, and well, not the first time, but moving on from government-controlled space exploration where the costs were so prohibitive. Yeah, brilliant stuff, and I hope there's going to be more live streams, and I will certainly watch them if they are. And those are the two news stories I wanted to bring to you this week. And it leaves us with 5 minutes left in the live stream. And so it's over to you guys. Time for a chit chat. If there's anything you want to talk about in particular, or any stories you want to share, we've got 5 minutes left here and I'd love to hear them. Alva Doberman asking, did the central core land or not? That was the one that was in the middle of the ocean, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I should probably read up on the story. I would presume so, because I've not seen any major stories about it not landing or any explosions, which usually go up as quick, well, I was going to say quick vines. That doesn't exist right now, but quick clips. What can I do to hit many views in the first 48 hours? Brick Moves asks. I have just started a video on that today. It's going to be 10 tips on help distributing your content. Probably be a couple of weeks before you see that, but stay tuned. Anna's Toy Adventures. I need 142 hours to get to 4,000. Any advice? I've got a video coming out on Monday about how to get 4,000 hours. Quick tip for you, try some live streams if you haven't already. Look at it from this point of view. If you have 40 people watch a live stream for 1 hour, that's 40 hours, you're 1% further to that goal. It's probably the quickest way to do it. Frank Foti, you woke up and found 30 new subs today. Congratulations to you. Kronos, you're asking for a channel review. You need to visit the live stream on Tuesday where we do channel reviews. The best contributors to the live stream gets channel reviews, and they're usually picked by the moderators, who, as always, are doing a fantastic job, let me just add. Christopher is asking, do you or will you have videos specific to the different vidIQ levels? You purchase Pro, and I look an in-depth look at it and Boost. That's certainly a good idea. And one of the things I have on my list is to look at different aspects of the different YouTube tiers. For now, if you want to look at the 100 tools, it will at least show you all of the tools that we pretty much do here on vidIQ. But yeah, that's certainly something I want to do. And one idea is to maybe do that in a live stream, so I can actually do a tutorial and ask questions and then answer questions after a quick tutorial on different tools. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but the output of videos since the new year has gone way up here at vidIQ, and there's going to be a lot more. Just need to keep working through as many as possible. There's still so much to do. Tom Tech has a driving lesson again. Oh yeah, how are you getting on with that, Tom Tech? I remember that you weren't that close to taking your test yet, but hope you've not had any accidents since then. Hope it's going well for you. Pixonware, what do you think about bulk uploading tutorial videos in a short time frame? I have several topics and was wondering if it would negatively looked at by the algorithm. So I would say that you shouldn't really upload. Well, you can upload as many videos as you want, but it's a case of when do you want to publish these videos. And I would usually stagger them. If you set like 6 tutorials live at the same time, the viewers are probably going to get exhausted after the first 1 or 2 if they watch 1 or 2. And it's not going to hit as many subscription boxes if you're publishing them all at the same time. So I would stagger them at least maybe over a week, like one every day. Or it depends how many videos you've got and what sort of schedule you want to do. It might be every couple of days, every week. And then once you've done all of those videos, you can repurpose the content, put them all together in one longer, full-size tutorial. And then if anybody missed that content, because you've always got to think about the current subscriber base, but anybody who's new to your channel, do you want them watching each of those individual tutorials, or do you want them to watch the whole tutorial in one video, and hopefully they get the whole thing and you've got more watch time there? So I wouldn't publish all your videos all at once. You're setting yourself up for too much work there, because you may publish 6 videos in a week, and then what is it, another 2 or 3 weeks before you can publish 6 or 7 videos. Always have videos in your library like backups if you need them. if the content is not trend sensitive, as in you need to get it out because it's about the Olympics or something along those lines. Wow, question here, and I'm not going to be able to answer this at all. Maybe Den Shem Storm Channel. Any suggestions on what camera to use for recording outdoors, as we are storm chasers? The cameras have to be waterproof. I would be thinking maybe if you've got a Samsung Galaxy S8 or an S7 that has a lot of camera features on it and it is waterproof. What's your budget? I think that's definitely a question for a more professional camera outfit who would be able to help you there. Do you need a viewfinder? There's all sorts of questions that would come up there. Probably just multiple cameras, as many different angles that you can get. And some sort of action cam, but I wouldn't be able to give you an answer that would be satisfactory, to be honest. Dustin Vang suggesting something here. I think GoPro or Yicam would be good. Wrestle Buddy, I'm new on YouTube and in 1 month I gained 90 subscribers and 1,500 views. Well done. That's an excellent start for your first month, especially the subscriber count. Good luck, and hopefully I'm a big fan of wrestling, or old school wrestling at least. Kronos, would it be better to use a second channel? I'm always of the opinion that you should try and keep your content together on one channel, because the amount of people who will subscribe to one channel and then go to a secondary channel is very small, and that's kind of something that I think is reserved for much larger channels who have the time, the energy, and the resources to publish so many videos. Your subscribers will watch whatever content they want to watch. So yeah, I wouldn't tend to separate content onto different channels unless it's completely different. Like you're talking about video games on one channel and then The Walking Dead on another one, and if you have very specific audiences, but it's almost like you're starting again from scratch when you start a new channel. Nyan Mix 101, what's the longest upload gap that I shouldn't go over? I would try and do at least one video a week, because YouTube treats content as new content for the first 7 days, so it gives you a little bit of YouTube boost. I know that's not always possible, but yeah, 1 week gap if possible. Ideally 2 or 3 videos a week is good. If you watch a video in fast forward, does the video creator get all the watch time? I think the answer is yes. I remember somebody asking me that a couple of weeks ago, and I was trying to find the answer, but I think the watch time is not determined by real world time. It's determined by the watch time on a video. If anybody knows the answer to that or has a different opinion, I'm happy to be corrected, because I watch videos in double speed sometimes as well. Simulation with Daniel. When I go live, I can add ads to my stream. Should I do that, and how often? Maybe if you want to take a break, then you could add you can put ads on. You probably you don't want to do it any more than maybe every 10 minutes. Like when you're watching a television program, how often do ads come on and how irritating are they? And you maybe want to look at it from that point of view. What's the best way to get to 1,000 subs? Triply Trop. That's a tongue twister. Triply Trop asks. I've done a video on this on vidIQ, how to get 1,000 subscribers. Check it out. I think it's 2 weeks old now. Frankie Photo. So if I click the end of a 5-hour video, the channel gets 5 hours. No, that's not what I'm meaning. What I mean is you can play videos at double speed. So if you're watching a video that's 30 minutes long and you put it at double speed, it will actually run at a 15-minute time length because it's going twice as fast. And so it's all the watch time that's currently gained like that. Yeah, I think if that was a bug, that would have been exploited way before 2018, and it would have been fixed by YouTube. Brick move. What do you think is better? Focusing on my animations, which go really great but need a lot of time, or do my normal videos, which are easy to produce but gets less views? So this is actually something I address a little bit in the video that's coming out on Monday. I think you're talking about hero content, which is where you put a lot of time, energy, and resources into something that has the biggest impact, but it takes a very long time to make. You need to think of ways to grab bits of that hero content as you're making it. So that might be a behind the scenes. You might want to do a quick running commentary on how you animated this piece, or you may want to drop a teaser trailer that's like 15 seconds, the best part of the video that's to come. Or you just sitting in front of camera talking about what you're doing next. Stuff that's very easy to produce and doesn't take a long time, that can maybe fill the gaps in between your hero content. That's something that you can certainly try. And also what you could do is with all your hero content, because I seem to remember they're like 2 or 3 minutes long, maybe put them all into one video, like as a 15-minute best of series in your videos, in your content, and put that in a playlist. And so, yeah, I know there can be a frustration where you're making loads of little videos that are not making any impact, and the hero content is definitely the ones that, if you know, are going to make a much bigger impact over a longer period of time, then absolutely go with that. But just see how you can feed off of that content when you're making it. Okay, we've gone over time as usual. So the last thing I want to know from you is, the Winter Olympics are starting today, or the opening ceremony was today, if it's Friday still for you. Let me know which country you are supporting, so obviously which country you are from, and how many goals do you think your country... No, how many medals... No, we're going to go for goals. How many gold medals do you think your country is going to win at this Winter Olympics? A bit of a trending question, and I'd love to know your thoughts. I'm from Great Britain, so I think we're going to win 1 gold medal, because it is cold in the UK, but it's not very wintry, and we don't have mountains to ski down. But I'd love to know what you think. Simulation with Daniel, the Netherlands. You think you're going to win 5 goals? That's because you have a massive program on indoor ice skating, even though there are no mountains or any real winter weather in the Netherlands. Dustin Van thinks the US are going to win 12 gold medals. All are here. Greece is a mother of Olympics, but are you competing in the Winter Olympics? That's the question for you. Dayshan Storm Channel from Canada. I live in Canada. How many goals do you think Canada's going to win? Do you think you're going to top the table? And Nayam Mix 101 from Malaysia. You think 2 golds. Portugal has only 2 competitors in alpine skiing and cross-country skiing. Yeah, little winter tradition there in the Iberian Peninsula. Brick Moves thinks Germany are going to win 10 golds. JJR just simply thinks the Great Britain are going to win loads of goals. Chicken Wire thinks South Korea are going to win some medals. So Brick Move, I am not from Canada, but I live in Canada. I'm from the UK, but I live in Vancouver. And the Storm Channel thinks they're going to win 16 gold medals. That would be impressive. I think, what is it, 105 gold medals outright to win? So you think you're going to win more than 10% of the golds? Bosnia, no goals for you. That's a little pessimistic. Anna Adventure lives in New Jersey. Have you got any particular athletes from New Jersey? I remember at the last Summer Olympics, I'm from Yorkshire originally, which is a part of the UK, and we were boasting about how many goals just our area of the country had won, like more than countries in themselves. VIP man YT thinks the UK is going to win 1 gold, so he agrees with me. And the Doberman saying one of the competitors is Canadian, but Portuguese, born in Macau. And I think I saw that news story actually on Canadian television. I think he lives in BC actually, but I might be wrong with that. Anyway, we're coming to a close now here on the Friday Feeling live stream casual hangout. I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, it is casual, but there is a bit of structure which really helps me to get through the live stream. And as always, the stars of the show have been you absolutely with your fantastic contributions. And as always, I pick an MVP for the live streams, the most valuable poster. And this week's MVP is going to be Anna Adventures Toy Reviews. Thank you for all your input into all of the live stream topics today. And I think you've been in from the start, and I really do appreciate it. No particular prizes for that, but yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the person I've been able to see the most, talking and contributing to the live stream. And yeah, it's Anna Adventures Toy Reviews getting the MVP. So, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's joined this live stream. I hope you're going to enjoy your weekends and have a wonderful time. If you haven't already done so, please do smash the like button on this live stream. It is very much appreciated. And I will be back next Friday for the Friday Feeling Hangout. So if you all want to say a goodbye right now, I'll do a couple of shout outs as we do. And yeah, Brick Move, you're more than welcome. Goodbye to you. Kitchen Confidence. Time to film and set up tomorrow's live stream. Good luck with your microphone acquisition, whatever you decide to get. All are here. Yes, thank you. Do smash the like button. West Bosnia, goodbye to you. Thank you very much, Dustin Vang, who's calling me Rob Skywalker because of my makeshift lightsabers there. Goodbye to Luke Outdoors. Have a great weekend fishing if you are doing so. Make sure that your dad builds a nice shed. Goodbye to you, Storm Channel. Chazinator, goodbye to you. Wrestle Buddy, there's your shout out. My favourite wrestler of all time is Mr. Perfect, just in case you were wondering. Doberman Guy, goodbye to you. Nyax Mix 101, jolly goodbye to you. Christopher, I will see you on Tuesday. Looking forward to your contributions. And yeah, we're saying goodbye. One last question. I've got to go out for lunch. Should I have a Starbucks Santa Fe, it's like a chicken flatbread panini thing, delicious, or a pizza? Just one word. Say Santa Fe or pizza, and whatever response I get, that's what I'm going to go have for my lunch. Pizza from Kitchen Confidence. Maybe everybody's left, so nobody's got an opinion. Pizza from Pix and Web. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Okay, I think the decision is unanimous apart from that dad. I'm going to go for a pizza. Enjoy the rest of your video making day and my pizza munching lunch.